I'm sorry. That manager, the only thing that can save Amorim for me is that now, the only thing that I can give him grace for is that he didn't have a lot of time on the train. And what a week. More than any team since Van Gaal, we actually kept the ball against Liverpool. We kept the ball. We had the ball in different areas. We were not just hooving it. So that's the only grace that's saving him. So Amorim, now it's time to earn your fucking bread, mate. It's time to, you're going to coach your way out of this because the Ineos and the dickheads who brought you here have let you down. Now you have to coach your way out of this. And there ain't nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to hide. None of this favoritism, none of this Bruno doing that. Bruno doing exactly what we were saying that Ten Hag he was doing. Everywhere on the football pitch. You prick, just stay in one place. Going back to the back three, back five, and confusing the back five.
No, don't do that. That's instructions. I swear.
No, I understand that. I understand that.
Man.
Why are you blaming the manager
for that? How are you blaming? You see this guy doing this year after year.
Wait. No. Before you go,
that was a tactic. Let me just finish. That was a tactic when he dropped into the, but he was confusing them. You saw Martinez shackled up. Maguire, they didn't know where to let go of the ball. They didn't know where Onana was. I can show you the clips. It was there. I came and watched the game twice.
The clips are in my mind. If it's a tactic, who's to blame?
It's the manager.
Thank you. That's
what I'm saying to you.
No, but hold on a minute. Let's not do this. Do we not see Bruno Fernandes giving the ball away?
The positional indiscipline is the same. I just want to finish this. Let me just finish the point. Please, I'll wrap it up. The point what I'm trying to say to you, we got onto Ten Hag for the Bruno's indisciplined positioning.
Yeah.
We got onto him. So why are we giving Amorim the pass as well? No, I'm not saying sack this guy. I beg you. I'm not saying sack this guy. This guy is coming to a chaotic football club and a toxic football club more than me. Nobody talks about how toxic this football club is more than I do. So I'm giving him the grace, but now he has to coach his way out of this shit. No fucking excuses. No more excuses. I don't want to see the same bullshit that I've been seeing for the past 5-6 games, especially at home at Old Trafford. I'm sick of that shit.
So what does that mean? What does that mean for you then? What's your target then?
Structure. He's told. One second, Marcel.
Before you go on, Danny.
He's told you why structure. He's told you why. But because you man hate Bruno, you don't want to listen and see the reality. Ten Hag did the same thing. Other people are not doing their jobs. So who do they turn to? Bruno. Other midfielders are not progressing the ball. Who's he turning to? Bruno. He said it himself. Bruno shows for the football. He's always available on the ball. Other people are not. That is why he's doing it. And listen, I'm onto Amorim more than anyone here, but he said it with his own
why
words.
is he not getting Casemiro on the pitch? Casemiro shows for the ball in midfield all of the time. Casemiro was doing our build-up. You looked at Danny. Let me one second.
Danny, that's a good point. No, that's a fair point.
I know it's a great point, Danny.
Let me finish, please, Master. Let me finish. You looked at when Casemiro was dropping into the back three, going in the middle of the two centre-halves on the Ten Hag, and picking up the ball and just playing that what passes, just helping us build out. So why don't he go and do that? Why don't he go and get a guy?
The game is not moment. It's 20 minutes of running and covering space and area, and in a two-man midfield, that one moment, which is going to appear up maybe 5 or 6 times in the game, and his duties of covering space is too much for him to handle in Manchester United Football Club.
Nah, I'm telling you, I swear, I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Structure is this. It's that.
Again, nicer. Do you want me to say it?
It's that, bro.
It's not
just that. It's this. It's the passport. Let's be honest, bro. He's got the Portuguese bias.
What do you mean?
It's the passport. It's the Portuguese bias, bro.
I don't think it's that.
It's the Portuguese bias.
They're two Portuguese-speaking players, bro.
Former player. Come on, man. On the Ten Hag, I was sick of it. So that's why I'm saying we got to be fair. We've got to be fair and objective. When Ten Hag was doing it, we called him out for it. Now, I'm not saying you have to be the manager out, but you got to call out what you see.
No, I am knowing what he's explained him.
Don't ignore. I'm not going to ever ignore what my eyes tell me. Because I'm not. I try to be fair. I'm a match goer. I see what I see with my own eyes.
But now hold on. Before you go, Danny, how many times have you seen Bruno Fernandes just hoofing the ball away? How many times?
Bro, I've seen Bruno in training do stuff like that so Bruno's he's like, I don't know, ADHD, whatever it is. I don't really care about side. I tell you this, if you actually objective about that game, he only started doing that towards the end of the game.
ADHD, man. I never hoofed the ball in my life.
1 second. He only started doing that when we're chasing the game. The first hour, he weren't doing that side. And because you hate him so much, you won't acknowledge that. And that's a fact.
Bro.
You weren't doing that for the first hour. No, he was breaking lines for the first hour. He wasn't
Not
hooping
first.
it.
I'd say first 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. Played well.
Okay. All right.
If I'm being true. Nah, but you're gassing it up,
All
bro.
right,
First half an hour.
I'm not gonna
Who's
lie.
in
Yeah,
here?
I saw Rick the Red trying to call Bruno out for doing this, but Bruno plays a ball forward, yeah, like an inch perfect ball forward to Ahmad. And the ball. I didn't see anything wrong with the ball. Man was just cussing him, bro. I'll be honest with you. The Bruno agenda thing's mad because, like I said, yeah, when it gets to certain situations, yeah, he does a bit too much, and that's where people get onto him because he's trying to win the game single-handedly. You can't do that as a footballer. At the end of the day, you can't. Don't get me wrong. Some players can just have a world-class moment. Bruno doesn't have that in him, where he can just turn the game on his head. Yeah, he does to a certain aspect, but I'm talking, a certain man can take 5 man on, score a goal. Certain man will pull out a clutch goal. He does it sometimes, but he's not that guy in the terms.
But I don't want. No, I'm saying, but Traps. My thing is that I think Danny is blaming the system for me far too much. I don't want to pinpoint Bruno Fernandes as much, but I believe Danny, what he's trying to do is blame the system a lot more than the characteristics of what Bruno is. We know Bruno gives the ball away.
Where did I do that?
You just literally just right now. Literally before now. Your main point was starting from that though. That's what.
So hold on a second. So you think Bruno? One second.
That.
It's not a matter of blame. Structure made an observation that I agreed with. Bruno was in midfield and was dropping deep. That's tactics. How am I blaming the structure?
Do you know why this is? Do you know why this is mad? Yeah, because obviously, yeah. I went to the game, yeah, and I was watching you. I was obviously in the chat with you lot, yeah, bro. When that full-time whistle went, Danny, you was the first one to be blaming Ineos, bro. So why are you blaming the manager now?
Why? Because they can all be blamed.
No, you wasn't blaming Amarim at full time, though. So you were saying this is all Ineos' fault. It's on Ineos.
No, I didn't say that. We can go and read it. It said root cause.
Go and flip and read. Don't take the piss.
No, the root cause. Okay, so there's a difference between the root cause and the symptom. That's what I said in the group chat. Literally, the root cause is Ineos keeping Ten Hag. I've said that a million times. I said that on here. That's the root cause. But he's here now. Hold on. But he's here now, and there's things he can do to coach his way out of this that he's not doing. So I can mention that. Can't tell me I can't mention that. Two things to be true at the same time. So I don't really get you bringing it up. Still, two things to be true at the same time, man.
The thing is, for me though, I put it down to the lack of quality in this team. Do we all agree that the squad isn't where it needs to be? Like, can we all agree in unison?
Bro, I'm not hearing any of this. Listen, you see the other day, man. Look, I don't know. But was Kobe playing like up front?
Up front, yeah. We all agreed he should never have done that.
I don't understand what was going on there because when I was there, I saw Bruno with the ball at left back like 3 times, at centre back like 3 times, yeah. And I was like, I don't know why Bruno's not doing there, but I'm looking to the touchline. I see this guy with his hands in his pockets. He's not shouting at man. So you get me? It's okay then. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I left after 60. When I sent that message to the group chat, I said, whatever this guy's doing, it's not working right now. Yeah, and I said 60 minutes. I said, bro, I'm not gonna get stuck in that flipping car park across the road. Yeah, for 40 minutes. Yeah, full time. I'm gonna leave now, bro. Do you know what I had to do as well? I said I had to stop myself from pulling up at Saeed's for a rant. I said, you know what? I'm not gonna pull up at Saeed's and get on and start doing a rant. I'm just gonna go home. Yeah, because bro, I'm sorry. Yeah, there's certain things are certain things. You can blame Ineos or you can blame this, but sometimes that manager made a flipping mistake and he should own it. Like what he was doing done for that Crystal Palace game was a load of nonsense. And people can say, "Oh, you got to experiment." But brother, listen, you've got 2 disgruntled strikers. Not to say that they was great anyway, because they ain't. But you got 2 disgruntled strikers because you want to play Kobe up front. How is that benefiting? How is that harmonizing your squad? How is that making everybody feel included? And not only that, how is this fucking tactics, bro? That's a load of nonsense. You gotta own that. You gotta hold that, Amarim. You done bullshit. You done shit. Like you literally done shit that and for no reason. Yeah, and that's the end of it. Like so, I left after 60 minutes, like I said, bro. Shout out to Andy Cole because I bumped into Andy Cole because he had the same idea as I did. He was gone as well. Yeah, as I got a quick picture with him. And I'm just like, bro, like, man's actually deep in it. And I'm thinking to myself, bro, I am not going to. I'm sorry, I'm not going to Old Trafford for the rest of the season. I'll go in away games, but I'm not going to that place. The drive is too long to watch that nonsense. That is nonsense what that manager done. Absolute crap, bro. Nonsense. I was so fuming, bro.
It's not going to get better away. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean? Bro, I've had great away days. Are you mad? I've had great ones. Arsenal, flipping. What's the other one? Fulham. I've had great away days. But this one here, Every time I've been to Old Trafford, even the first game of the season, I sat there when Ten Hag was there. It was like, what the fuck am I doing here, bro? We won 1-0, but this is absolute trash. I don't know what it is, but I'm telling you now, he's not doing himself no favors. And I'm not getting onto. I'm not saying hammer him out. I'm not doing any of that. But what I'm saying is, bro, you have to be realistic, bro. You cannot be crashing it on players when this guy is not even setting. He's basically setting them up to fucking fail.
Yes.
Yo, Said, very quickly. Last week, I told you he was doing Ten Hag behavior. Man,
In what sense? In what sense?
And the following week, you see him play Kobe as a false nine. You got to see the signs, bro. You got to see the signs.
You know what it is for me? Like, me and Raz, we discussed this in lengths here, but I believe the quality is a massive issue in this team. And I look at the wing backs right now, it don't make sense for me when I look at Dalot and Mazraoui. It's not been working well. He clearly is wanting more. So hence why we've got Dorgu in there. But my thing is, when we get up front, do we believe we're going to win games? Do we? Like, do we really, truly believe we're going to create chances to score more goals? Ultimately, I said to Rance, no. You could play that system that we were talking about, 5 attackers and then 5 a bit more defensive. But I believe this team will struggle to score goals and win games in the ultimate end of all of this. So when you talk about Danny having a better system, yeah, cool, to a certain extent. We might win 1 or 2 games more.
No, not just the system, bro, it's the approach. It's not just the system, it's the approach. So I was thinking about this today. How come in the big matches we've used the ball better? What were the instructions for the big games? Why is it in the big games the balance of possession is about 4%?
We're playing counter-attack.
Whatever. No, but here's the thing. Even though he's gone into those games pragmatic, Marcel, whatever instructions he's given is translated into us keeping the football better. Right. We ain't doing nothing much in the final third, but we look better in those matches. So this is where I have a problem with this manager, just like with Eric Ten Hag. You have to realize the limitations of these players and stick to the best plan. That's all he has to do. No more, no less. He's not going to get these guys doing this system.
I don't agree with that.
I disagree with
that at the same time. Because like when Ten Hag came here and he tried to do his thing and he got shook after 2 games, we crashed it on him for years. About
that's not what I'm saying.
No, that's not what he's saying. That's not what he's saying.
Let me finish. Forget it, man.
Forget it.
I said, let me finish. Forget it.
Go on. Okay, yeah. So
Danny, basically, no, let him finish, man.
Well, he stopped.
Go on.
So basically, Danny, you see, from transitions and counter-attacking space, those 70, 60-yard dashes that we have to do, all that space that the opposition risks in behind, we're able to, in between that, attack fast and maybe have an element of control. Once they're all rushing back, they leave space in behind them as well, and then we can keep a couple passes, and that's why the percentage is swaying only 4% on those little things. I just think we're used to playing and attacking well from a transitional standpoint from our own half first. We're not able to control games.
But in those games, Marcel, we're playing out from the back, okay? And it's not always playing out from the back. You know, games is throw-ins, it's everything else. In those games, whatever he has said, whatever his instructions were, whatever the plan was, has worked better than the other games, the smaller games. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So he has to figure out what message are they receiving well and what is working and what is not.
I don't think it's that done, you know.
Yeah, the instructions are always going to be the same.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think we're overanalyzing. I think these guys just show up for the big games. I'll be real. I think they just show up for the big games. Marcel, do you want to finish?
It's not even show up for the big games, Leon. It's not show up for the big games. It's like what their demands in the big games and their responsibilities, their mindset and mentality, where it fits. For the big games is different because of where you are operating on the football pitch. You're playing over there, next to your goal. You're asking people to come to you. So then just how the story of the game happens, we can play better from that. Okay, we have to kick the ball long, Bruno, kick it long into space, run. And a lot of the plays in the attacking sense will be from that standpoint. And then a lot of the plays from the defensive standpoint will be all of us standing literally next to our goal. Yeah. Easier to defend from there.
It's not true, bro.
You're next to your colleagues, Leon. All these little things. Whereas against the lesser teams, now the premise is we're playing from the halfway line.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
It's a whole
different transition from that.
Danny, you go, then I want to say something.
No, I just don't think we've been a bad Jose low block again. I think Marcel's overselling the low block thing. We pressed well in those games. If you hold a mid block in those games,
we've actually made good passes, which is fair.
And Leon, you see what you said, Leon. Leon, I thought of that myself. I did ask myself, is it them performing in the big game? But no, I don't think it is.
You know why I say that? You know why I say that? Just before Nuruddin comes in, because it seems like I'm not disputing what you man are saying about we have played. I can see a difference with this manager from Ten Hag. It's not exactly the same for me. I can see us playing better ball in certain times. It's not consistent enough, and the selections are not consistent enough. I'll go into another bit later, but I just feel like the manager needs to prioritize profiles over everything at this moment in time. Like, even if you have to get from the youth, just prioritize profiles, and just if you have to play with what you can, please, like, don't